All right, so moving on to email blasting affiliate offers now. Now, this used to be a relatively lucrative business for me, and it was a great business model because it was super simple to implement, meaning a beginner could grasp the concept and get started relatively quickly. It was super cheap to implement this business model, and while it didn't always yield, ridiculously profitable results, all you really needed to hit was one good campaign, and then you could make a couple $100 to $1,000 easy, literally overnight, right? Now, that sounds so good, right? Like too good to be true, right? And that's why this actually piqued a lot of interest of a lot of people. And I believe that, for lack of a better word, this is spamming, right? Now, spoiler alert, I don't recommend doing this anymore, but it did used to work. Now, I recommend people that, go in a different direction now because Google has cracked down. One of the only things that you used to be able to do with this is you couldn't use a normal email service provider. I'll walk you through the entire business model in a second. But you couldn't use a normal email service provider to do this, right? So you couldn't use like your MailChimp. You couldn't use, obviously, like just normal Gmail. You couldn't use, Market Hero. You couldn't use Aweber. You couldn't use GetResponse. Literally anything like that, right? Your normal service providers that you think of when you think of email service providers, you couldn't use those because they wouldn't let you, mail out a list that hadn't opted in to your page or to your email list, right? So with email blasting affiliate offers and with email blasting CPA offers, like we're going to go over in the next actual lecture, what you were doing is you were basically accumulating a list of people that hadn't opted in, that had shown interest in a particular niche or subject, and then you were sending out a mass email to all those people with an affiliate offer, right? Now, you didn't have to convert a lot of people to make a little bit of money. You only had to convert a couple people because it's super easy to send a mass email out, right? It's super cheap to do that. All you had to do is convert a few people and then you're profitable. If you're sending out a mass email to like 20,000 people and you only get 20 people that actually opt into the affiliate offer, that's a super, super, super ridiculously low conversion rate, but you're still very, very, very profitable. Understand? So that's it in a nutshell. Now, you had to actually, to implement this, you had to actually download Gmail, then you had to convert it to a G Suite, which is basically paid Gmail. Then you had to download Gmass, which is it's a plugin kind of that integrates into your Gmass or integrates into your G Suite and your Gmail to allow you to send out mass emails and kind of mask it, right? So what it does is, what typically happens back in the day when you used to spam out people is you'd put, like, let's say you had 1,000 emails, right? And you wanted to spam them out an offer or a link or something. You'd put all 1,000 in the BCC field, right? Carbon copy, blind carbon copy. You'd put them all in there, right? And Google got smart and they were like, okay, you're not allowed to do this anymore. So they started cracking down on people doing that, sending links and stuff like that. So it became very, very difficult to do that. But then if you integrate Gmass, which is the plugin that I'm talking about, with a G Suite that already has a lot of sending power, which is paid Gmail, then you can combine the power and the email marketing power of a paid Gmail, which is G Suite, and Gmass, which allows you to put however many emails that you put in. So let's say you put 1,000 emails in, right? What you're going to do is you're going to send an email with Gmass to 1,000 emails, and that's going to instead send one email to 1,000 people. It's going to literally just drip the campaign to send 1,000 emails out to all those people. So it was a complete game changer in the email marketing space and allowed you to actually do this. That said, obviously Google got smart and they started cracking down on that, so it doesn't work like it used to. I wanted to preface this by saying this because people loved this business model, right? This was my best selling. So email blasting, it was called Email and Affiliate Marketing Mastermind. You can see the free link to the course down here. Same thing with CPA. So that'll be the next lecture. I had CPA Marketing Mastery and Innovation. Roughly the same thing. One teaches email blasting affiliate offers. The other teaches email blasting CPA offers. Roughly the same thing, just a slightly different approach, because obviously obviously CPA and affiliate are slightly different in how you're going to convert people. So with this, to put simple, all you're going to do is you're going to accumulate targeted emails around a certain niche. You can use a software to do this, and this is how I used to do it. I used to use Atomic Email Hunter. That was the software I used, but there are other ones out there. Or you can manually crawl websites by putting in like post at and like typing a formula into like Facebook or Google. And what that basically does is, I don't want to get into how to do it here, You can learn it in the courses if you want to take them. Just kind of brush up on what I'm saying here, and you can understand a little better. Maybe you can take something from that. While I don't recommend you do this business model now, maybe you can take something from that and apply it to something, in the future that you can, might be able to make money off of, right? So then you could also manually crawl websites and search engines around specific posts and copy the emails and get targeted emails that way, right? So once you acquire a bunch of targeted emails that have shown an interest in a particular subject or niche, then you want to use G Suite and GMass to blast out the email list with a related affiliate offer, okay? And then simply collect a commission. It's really that simple. It was that easy, and that's why a lot of people loved the business model. Now, this was a best-selling course on Udemy, Email and Affiliate Marketing Mastermind. So like I said, you don't need to convert a lot of people as well, because you can be profitable, because email marketing is super cheap to implement if you're sending out a lot of emails and you only had to convert a couple people. We already touched on that, right? Now, you can access this course. I used to sell this course right here, Email and Affiliate Marketing Mastermind. If you go look at the landing page, you will see just how many people enrolled in this course, just how high the ratings are, and the reviews on it are just, people love it, right? But I actually turned this course off and demonetized it and made it free. So you can understand just how much of a hit that took, internally. My character, my integrity wouldn't let me honestly promote this anymore, even though it was pulling me in $1,000 every single month passively, just this one course. Same thing with CPA Marketing Mastermind, right? It was pulling me in $1,000 a month passively. These two were my best courses on Udemy. They were sitting there and just giving me $1,000 passively every single month, right? I turned them off. I demonetized them because I don't feel right selling them anymore, because I don't want to promote this business model anymore. That's how strongly I feel about it, right? I turned down the $2,000 passive income just to tell people, like, hey, don't do this anymore. I don't recommend doing it. It's going to waste your time. It's going to waste a little bit of your money, and you're not going to be able to implement it like you used to, right? So the course, while it's still kind of, you can implement it, it takes a long, long time, right? You used to be able to warm up an account and start blasting out email lists like within a month or two. Now it takes like a year probably, if not more, because you have to really warm it up slowly. It is not worth it. It's going to waste your time. I recommend that you don't do it, okay? If you want to access the course so you can understand, just how to do it, so maybe you can draw something from it and apply it to a business model now, you can access the course. Here's the URL right here, and you can obviously get in for free, or you can simply click it in the PowerPoint lecture. So how I get into it, I just kind of explained it to you, stumbled upon the business model. It started working. Obviously, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm always innovating, and I kind of figured it out myself, but I didn't reinvent the wheel. People have been spamming people for a long, long time, and that was my experience with it, right? Sometimes I would send out a campaign and I wouldn't get any conversions. Other times I would send out a campaign and I would make like $1,000 in a night, right? That was not typical, but it did happen from time to time. Now, I don't still do it, and I definitely don't recommend it, but I just wanted to touch on this because this course is X ways that you could, or X ways that I have made money online. So I wanted to touch on it, but I want to preface this by saying, do not do this anymore. It does not work.